See, you know what? Because I heard the click stop and I thought you stopped.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Lucas and you're watching Fine Tuning. Here we are again, about to begin another restoration project. Now, I did not intend for this to be a restoration project. It was meant to be kind of like a small upgrade thing. It's just that when I got the thing, it needed quite a bit more repair than I intended. And so it's going to be a restoration project instead of just a small upgrade thing. That's fine. I enjoy doing this kind of work. I find it soothing. Hopefully you do too, actually. Let me get in my Stanley sponsorship. Oh man, that sure tastes good out of this Stanley cup. So what are we working on? Good question. This, oh, she's a heavy girl. I'm not weight shaming. I like them thick. This is a 2002 Gibson Les Paul Classic. I saw this on Facebook Marketplace from a guy down in Florida, a very nice gentleman named Jake who runs a shop called White Shag Guitars. I will leave a link to him in the description because he's a very nice guy, easy to work with, does a great job shipping, very reasonably priced. Anyway, I saw this guitar on there and I thought, oh boy, that's a Lucas looking guitar right there. But basically, I mean, in the description, you know, he kind of alluded to like, this guitar's lived a hard life. It's been played really hard. You know, the tuners are kind of bent, it needs some work, whatever, but it's a nice guitar. And I thought, yeah, that seems like my kind of guitar. I worked out something, with him and it showed up 2 or 3 days later. I got out of the case and I thought, yeah, man, that thing looks really worn in, like somebody has really played this guitar. This is probably a great guitar. And I think that is true. However, they have played it into such a point that it's got to be addressed before it can be played anymore. So first and foremost for me, the frets. If you guys watch the channel, you know I'm a real stickler for frets. This guitar has just been played so much that the frets are just gouged in some places. So, I've got to, at minimum level, address the frets. I'm really hoping not replace frets because I don't want to do that. But definitely, one of the tuners is bent pretty hard and they're all kind of weird feeling. Some are a little loose, some are a little too tight. The nut, again, this is just from the guitar being played so much, tuned up and down over and over and over again. The nut is just, the slots are just too low. They're just almost all the way down to the first fret, if not to the first fret. Before I replace the nut, I'm gonna level and dress the frets because I've got to take a good bit of height out of the frets. So we'll see if that takes enough out of the height that the nut slots are still okay. The tailpiece is fine, but the bridge is actually kind of collapsing in the middle. I might be able to show you that here actually. Yeah, I don't know how clear you can see that, but this bridge should have like a radius to it and it actually is kind of collapsing in the middle. Again, guitar's just been played, it's been rode hard and put up wet. You could probably bend it back or something, but I just bought a replacement bridge. Strap buttons, this has got Schaller strap locks on it. I don't like those, I use the Dunlop, so I'm gonna replace those with the Dunlop ones. The electronics, so the switch, it's been tightened and tightened and tightened and tightened so many times that like it doesn't hold tight anymore. The neck pickup works. I don't think it sounds very good, but it does work. The bridge pickup has almost no output. And I thought that was maybe the switch, but I just tested just the pickup leads by itself and I'm getting almost no output. So I think this pickup is basically dead. I'm gonna replace these with Planet Tone pickups because, why not? I'm a Planet Tone guy. Pots, they're kind of a little scratchy and questionable, so I'm probably just gonna replace all the electronics in one go while I'm at it. Save for that, I think I might leave this old jack piece here as long as it'll hang on, we'll see. You can see hopefully if I get in the light here, just a crazy amount of like buckle rash and worming and all this stuff on the back. This is like a player's guitar, which I love. I love a player's guitar because I just pick it up and play the guitar and don't think anything about it, We're gonna try to get it up to like playing snuff again, and it's gonna be kind of my studio Les Paul because I have like a collection of guitars, different paintbrushes for different things here. Let's get it on the workbench and start taking it apart. Ooh-wee. All right, we're on the bench here and I can take you a little closer and you can see some of this stuff better. So there's that collapsing bridge I was talking about. You can really see it there. See how it's starting to fold down in the middle? Wear there on the pickup from where the string was just riding into the pickup. This guitar's really been played a lot. Yeah, there you go, look at that thing. That is quite a divot. Those are just in various places all over the frets. There's that bent tuner there. Buckle rash. This guitar was played so hard. Somebody wore a jacket every night while they were playing it, or they slung it down low and had some safety pins on their pants or something. It's real beat up. Got some chips missing out of the top here. Here's our serial number. I believe that puts this in 2002, but if I'm wrong, let me know. I'm gonna switch to my iPhone for recording a lot of this work stuff because I can do time-lapse a lot easier with that, and it's just unnecessary to do all that super high quality footage for everything that, you know, like you don't need super high quality footage of me taking the guitar apart. Okay, well now that we've gotten her all buttoned back up, I think the next thing to do is probably put the knobs back on these. Honestly, I don't think people that like Gibsons really care about the tradition of Gibsons or anything like that. Certainly that's not important to them. Really the look that we want here is something more, forward thinking, and I think more utilitarian, like a knob like that, like, says what it is, and mixed around the colors a little bit. I think that would be a terrific look. And obviously I'm kidding, but this is gonna make for a fantastic thumbnail, and I bet some of you clicked this because you saw the Strat knobs and you're like, oh my God, what's he doing? I have to go leave a comment. I got you. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I was drinking coffee from my incredibly high quality Stanley cup. So here we are with my finished 2002 Les Paul Classic restoration. This has been a bit of an involved project and I spent quite a few hours on it, but ultimately I'm really happy with the results and I think this is a super cool guitar. Real quickly, let's just review all of the things that I did to the guitar. First off, I leveled, crowned, and dressed the frets. These frets are now about 35 thousandths of an inch tall, which is a little less than I usually like as far as height is concerned, but I find that on this guitar and this radius and whatever, it's a very playable experience for me, so no problem there. Also, because of how much fret material I ended up having to take off to get out those really deep gouges, that made it so that the nut slots were actually the correct height now because they were cut too shallow and I thought I was going to have to replace the nut, but it's just that I had to take off enough fret material that it made up for it, so I was able to keep the original nut, which is cool. I replaced the original Gibson Clusen style tuners with these kidney bean Grovers in a nickel finish. The original tuners were bent and kind of busted and not working right, and I really like Grovers on a Les Paul. I think they add something to the look and the sound. And so I went ahead and did that. That was an easy mod, just had to kind of open the holes up a little bit. I also had to replace the bridge because the original bridge had kind of collapsed a little bit in the middle so that the radius was no longer correct. We were kind of closer to like a 20-inch radius or something with how flattened the bridge had gotten. So this is just a Godot replacement bridge. Complete overhaul of the electronics because the switch was not working correctly and it was barely able to be held in there because it had just been tightened down so many times. So I replaced the switch. The neck pickup in the original neck pickup worked, but the original bridge pickup does not work. It reads open on the meter. They're Gibson pickups. I think they're probably stock to the guitar, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But either way, I replaced both of the pickups with Planet Tone pickups. So this is a 1987 Sunset Boulevard set, which just sound terrific. I also replaced all the potentiometers as well as all the original wiring in the guitar, so everything electronically in the guitar is completely new. Except for the jack, because I was gonna replace just the jack itself and leave the jack plate. However, the jack is like, I don't know, welded onto this jack plate or super glued on or something, I don't know. It's stuck on there so hard that I absolutely cannot get the jack loose. And I thought if I had to apply any more pressure, I'm gonna end up just breaking this plastic jack. So I just cleaned it up thoroughly and used this again, and it's working fine. However, I probably will replace this with a metal jack plate and a new jack, just for the sake of durability. I just haven't gotten to it yet, and I didn't want to have to wait and put off making this video just for the jack plate, but I will fix that. Of course, I put on Dunlop locking strap buttons because that's what I use on all my guitars, and that way I can just interchange straps, and that's a really nice convenience for me. But I guess you guys probably want to hear what this thing sounds like now, right? So I'm going to use my Blue Guitar Amp 1 Iridium Edition live rig, which is run in stereo, into my Blue Guitar twin cab. And I have that mic'd with one speaker with a Shure SM57 and the other with the Lewitt DTP 340. And so this is best appreciated in like headphones or with some studio monitors or something so you can, catch the stereo reverbs and delays and stuff. We'll start with my clean tone with some compression and reverb, and that sounds like this. All right, and here's a mid-gain, more classic rock type sound starting with the bridge pickup. All right, and here's a slightly higher gain, kind of later 80s Sunset Boulevard type sound. Of course, as always, we have to ask the question, will it go chugga chugga? right, and again, starting with the bridge pickup, let's try like a really expressive high gain lead sound with some stereo delay. All right, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed going on this journey with me to restore this 2002 Les Paul Classic to its former glory. I'm really happy with how this has come out. I think the guitar looks great. It sounds really, really nice. It feels great to play. I think this is going to be an awesome studio tool for me and anybody else who comes into track in the future to just be able to grab that classic Les Paul tone right off the wall and know that it's going to do it. So thank you for sticking around and watching. You know, subscribe, like, leave a comment, all that YouTuber stuff. And until next time, I'll catch you later.